Hello, learners. Welcome to this module of strategies for capacity building for youth entrepreneurship. Last module we have talked about motivation, and this module will basically stress on the capacity building. There is a misconception about capacity building. It's not just training or skill building. It is much more than knowledge or skills. It also includes the capacities of the organization or the environment they are working in. Let me be more specific. A framework of capacity development comprises three interconnected levels of capacity. One, your individual capacity. As a person, what are the capacities you have? Last module we talked about four different kind of capacities. One is strategic, one is managerial, one is behavioral, and one is technical. Now, you have to have individual capacities, then your business organization, what kind of capacity, what kind of strength your business organization have. And what are the enabling environment, means governmental policy, how the bank looks at a first-time entrepreneurs, etc. All these three together, when interact with one another, that only an organization or the entrepreneur can be successful. And all these three together is known as the capacity building. But often you see capacity building is generally misconstrued just as skill building. So let us make it very clear at the very onset, capacity building doesn't mean only skill building. It also includes the organizational capacity, the policy environment, and of course your individual skills. For example, when an entrepreneur starts working, he needs many skills at the individual's level in context of his business. But alongside, he also needs an efficient organization to operate his business. The ability to enter or sustain the entrepreneurial journey are also part of the capacities. The kind of traits we talked about in the last module. They are also part of your individual capacity. We also see many regulatory policy posing as anti-barriers to entrepreneurship. One example in Assam is that banks are not ready to provide finance to first-time entrepreneurs. Whatever may be the historical reason, they have got their point of view. But the end result is that it is difficult for first-time entrepreneurs to get finance. So this is a big capacity block for entrepreneurship. If we don't look at this aspect like efficiency of operation or organization of the organization and policies creating the environment that makes easy entry into the business, easy access to finance, such that then the discussion into capacity building will be incomplete or inadequate. But you can say, in a way, say operational management, financial management, and personal skills are the three pillars. If you leave out the enabling policy I'm leaving out because as it is not in the spheres of our control. But operational management, financial management, and personal skills are into our control. So I modified the 4 pillars of capacity building into 3. Operational management, including personnel management, financial management, individual or personal capacity. So what is operational management? Operational management, very simply, it covers the day-to-day operation, production and marketing management, as well as human resource management of the business. When we say production, it will also include both supply side and demand side management aspect. Let us make it simpler. Suppose one is getting raw materials, say for making pickles. Because they are mostly perishable goods, one has to see the absorbing capacity of the wholesaler or retailers. Synchronizing is important even if the raw materials are not easily perishable goods. For example, say feed for pigs. Why? Because you are blocking not only your store space but also your money. So the moment you are blocking too much money, it is inefficient management. Because any money blocked doesn't earn you anything and takes away resources from where you could have used it for in more needy areas. Similar issues can be seen in the demand side also. Let us take an example. Suppose you produce more than the required. Again, you are blocking money. You have to look at the marketing and you have to look at the money flows. All these 3 aspects may lead to severe cash flow problem. What is cash flow problem? What you have to pay in a particular day, what are the payments due, or what are the receivables due. If there is a mismatch between these 2, you are about to receive less and you have to pay more, then there is a cash flow problem. So we'll talk more about this when we talk about financial management. In addition to this, the biggest issue within operational management is quality management, which means not only quality of the product but also its packaging. In case of small businesses where resources are stretched, the entrepreneur generally doesn't want to invest money and time building oneself. However, one should remember that all businesses have the capacity to grow. And ultimately, it boils down to the human resources. So if you don't invest time and money in improving your human resources, you are narrowing down the capacity of the business to grow. It is like you invest money on resources, other resources like inventories. You give energy, time to run a new enterprise. You invest on many things like building, your machinery, your other resources. But we very rarely try to invest this into human resources. So that's why one of the reasons why enterprises don't grow into the optimum level. Because if your human resources or you yourself is operating at a skill which is not the optimum or which doesn't have the full efficiency, then you cannot expect your business to operate in the full efficiency skill. So you also need to know the nitty-gritty of the business operation, like production, what happens in a production floor, what happens in the accounts decision, what happens in the marketing. You need to know. But most of the time, you don't have the luxury to acquire knowledge and then start the production. So most of the time, why You are doing, you are learning. But it is, if you have got a chance, it is a very good idea to work in a similar kind of enterprise, volunteer your time for similar kind of enterprise. It gives you a perspective how to lead, organize, and plan for operations. Financial management capacity building. Through a combination of work experience and education, you need to be well grounded and well versed in managing finances. There is a wealth of information in financial statement. That is what we call as balance sheet. It gives you clue to the financial health of the organization. With gain skills, you will be able to analyze financial statement, looking at the trends and indicators and what all mean to your business. Moreover, banks will be looking at you and your organization ability to manage finances before lending money to you. This is not mostly understood by our entrepreneurs. What banks actually look at you. Despite the profitability of the viability of the organization, they basically look how do you manage your finance, how do you control your finance, are you equipped to handle it efficiently or not. But we have talked about the cash flow management. Financial skill is a huge area. You can go deep and deep. But at least start with the cash flow management. Why I am talking about cash flow management? Almost 90+% of small businesses fail in the first year itself worldwide. This is not only India, even in United States. 90 to 97% of the business fail every part of the world due to cash flow management, due to cash flow problem. That means there are less receipt and more payment to be made by the organization. If you cannot match that, if you don't understand this aspect, then you are bound to fail. I don't want to demotivate you, but it is that important. Understanding your cash flow. How much money is coming in, how much money is going out. You have to keep track of it day in and day out. Then the most important aspect, according to me, is that individual or personal capacity building. We have talked about that, certain traits. Let us repeat those traits again. Passion, creativity, clarity of long-term vision. Then patience, ability to work under pressure. Function well with uncertainty and ambiguity. What is your problem-solving capacity? Do you communicate well? Perseverance, low support need, self-discipline, etc. But most important is your self-leadership trait. These are behavioral traits you need to consciously be aware of and develop within yourself. These skill and capacity aspects push the higher probability of becoming successful, content and happy entrepreneur, and at the same time becoming successful also. I would like to mention a few behavioral patterns that usually you don't get in management, entrepreneurship, or leadership books. If some of you are interested, you can see this in. I have got a YouTube video. I think the university will also can provide you the link, which says about self-leadership lesson from Alchemist. Because to become an entrepreneur, you have to become a self-leader. Some of these lessons drawn from the book Alchemist, which you can see in the 2-part video. One, don't be conditioned by what other people think. Pursue what you love to do, but be pragmatic. I'll give you an example. In that story, his parents wanted him to be a padri, a Catholic priest, because in that village the priest has got much more prestige than becoming a shepherd. But he became a shepherd because he liked to travel. And for a poor family who cannot afford to travel otherwise, becoming shepherd is the only way out. And suppose somebody wants to become a baker, because baker means people gives more respect and things like that, and there's a more possibility of getting a better match for you within the society. But you ultimately become very unhappy because the work, all kind of work is very tedious. Day in and day out, you have to keep doing the same thing. It's very routine. So if you don't love it, then you cannot pursue it for long. You become bored. But at the same time, you have to be pragmatic, because money is important. You may love the job, but if you don't earn from it, then it is again not sustainable. So you have to love the kind of enterprise you are going to start, kind of work you are going to do, and also you have to earn money. So there has to be a balance between these two to become an entrepreneur. And be ready to learn from anyone. I'll give you a small story. In Vedic times, there was a boy, very brilliant boy. He learned under a very famous guru, but he wanted to learn more. He told his guru after the end of the education, told his guru that I want to learn more. The guru said, okay, I cannot teach you any further, but if you want to learn more, then you have to go to the further side of the town and you have to meet the butcher. He can teach you more. Then this boy said, from a butcher I am going to learn. I am a famous disciple of a famous guru, and you are asking me to learn from a butcher. Then the guru says, he is a butcher so that he can have his livelihood. What he knows about life, what he knows about what you are going to set out to do, his knowledge is totally different from what he is doing. So you should be ready. You should be ready to learn from anyone. Be humble. Don't become judgmental. This openness will take you not only in the entrepreneurship, in your life it will take you way, way ahead. And you will be very content and happy. But remember one thing, everything has got a price. Are you ready to pay the price? Even an advice has got a price. Let me give an example. Suppose you are trying to learn something. So you are volunteering with somebody who knows that particular skill. Suppose you want to learn the business of how to do marketing. So you are going into a marketing firm and learning something as an intern. In the process, you are losing out on many things. As a young person, you want to go out with your friends for a movie, want to go to cinema, you want to go to somebody's marriage. You are losing out on all this. So that is the price you have to pay. You must, the biggest thing, I think I'll repeat this after some time again, the biggest thing an entrepreneur must have is to deferring your gratification. Deferring means postponing. postponing your gratification. What satisfies you today, you must be able to postpone that. Going to a film brings you gratification. Eating good food brings you gratification. But you have to postpone that to get something else. In that sense, everything has got a price. And biggest thing is never be in a hurry. Enjoy the process. Start liking the work you are doing. Enjoy the process. If you are always in a hurry, then you won't be able to enjoy and you will lose interest in your work. And there will be a lot of ups and downs. There is a lot of ups and downs. And these ups and downs, then you don't abandon your dream. Be sure about it. From my life also I can tell you. Be sure that somebody from somewhere comes up to help you. You have to be passionate about what you are doing. Help will always be on the way. You don't know where from the help will come. Be sure, have that faith. And there will be time, nothing is working for you. Nothing is working for you. Your soul is totally dead. It has become silent. But hang on. Lower your expectation. Sometimes it is just important to survive. There will be a day, you wait for the day. Like in the last module I said, Siddharth said, I can wait. You wait for your day. Wait for the right time. So don't lose hope. And everybody talks about creativity and entrepreneurship. Creativity doesn't mean big thing. A little bit of twist here, there in an existing business. Like you were earlier doing straight marketing without any proper package. You change the style of the packaging. Or you go into online marketing to get a greater listing. This kind of little bit of twist can help you. So creativity is not that you have to be very big creative skill. And most important thing is that you have to have a personal development plan. If you are not good in communication, how are you going to improve in communication? If you are not good in accounts, how are you going to improve your accounts system? If you are not good in long-term patience or perseverance, how are you going to improve your patience? These are the facts you must write down and set out doing certain simple things which will help you to improve your quality, which will help you to improve this aspect in your life. That personal development plan, many big corporate offices these days has got a personal development plan. They have to undergo personal development plan. Here I must tell you something, how to improve oneself. If you do certain things, suppose you don't get up early, but if you attempt to get up early for 21 days, it becomes a habit. And if you keep on doing the same thing for 6 months, it becomes part of your character. So, self-development plan is a very important aspect of entrepreneurship journey. If you don't do it, you are missing out on a lot of things. So, let me talk about certain strategies to build crucial entrepreneurial skills. Take a different path. It is said creativity is the root of entrepreneurship. There is a gap between the kind of and level of trade an entrepreneur needs and that one have. Often you don't know what is these gaps. Even to understand these gaps, you have to calm down your minds. You have to be creative. How do you become creative? How do you improve your creativity skills? You do certain things, new things, which earlier you never used to do. Do something which others don't do. Read unusual books. Watch a movie in a different language. You always watch English, Assamese, or Hindi movie. Try to watch a subtitled Spanish movie or a subtitled Telugu movie. By the way, Malayalam movies are very good these days, and these days it is in many languages also dubbed. Try to read the subtitle one. Try to listen to a different language. It improves the understanding the emotion more than understanding the words. It improves your creativity if you understand somebody's emotions more. Talk to people who are not like you. Suppose you are a businessman, talk to a teacher, talk to an economist, talk to a scientist who is not like you. That gives you a different dimension to your thought and thus improves your creativity. And start a business. That is the best way to improve your creativity. Virgin Group founder Richard Branson is a British business magnate. If you have got money, you can deposit with him and you can go to space. He is taking money from people who would like to travel to space. He said that you don't learn to work by following rules. You learn by doing and by falling over. There is no substitute for real life experience. You watch, even that is true about communication skills also. How does a very baby learns a language? By listening. There is no other way out. The baby, she knows that if she has to express, she has to learn the language, she is listening every day. So she try to talk in that language. For her, it doesn't matter whether it is in Assamese, English, it's equally same hurdle. But the moment you have got choice, you are easy choice, you don't learn. It's talking about language. And how does a baby learn to walk? She walks, falls, she walks, falls. The same thing with the business also. You start business, you find a problem, try to solve it. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail. Again you start it. There's no two way about it. And that is what is known as perseverance. And I have already talked about deferring or delaying your gratification. So, and your needs should be very little. Suppose you have got an old scooty. The first money you get, don't try to buy a new bike. Stay with the old scooty. Rather invest that money in your business. Others, Sunday मैं कैसे काम करूँगा? How I am going to work on a Sunday? Your parents don't understand. Your friends don't understand. But as a businessman, you relax. I'm not talking about relax. But if there is work, you have to work on Sunday also. The work gets a priority. You relax. I'm not saying that work and play has to go together. I'm not saying that you work all the time. You play also sometime, but you cannot behave like a salaried person. Sunday I am not going to open the shop. The Sunday other people are coming to your shop. Yeah? They have got the free time. When other people come back from office, you have to keep your shop open. Then only even if they don't know that your shop will be open up to 10 o'clock, they won't visit your shop also, even if you are open one day. There has to be a regular pattern, whether there is a customer or no customer. There may be that day birthday of your friend, but you cannot abandon the shop and close down that shop and go home that day. You go at best, instead of 10 o'clock, you go at 9:30 that day. So that is the design, the gratification, kind of self-discipline. And I have told you in earlier this thing also that managing finance is very important. Managing cash flow is very important. You start managing your own finance. Then only you will know how to manage the bank's business finance. Communication skill, you keep on practicing, Try to help others in others' business. Then you will learn more. Volunteer. Learn from a mentor. Mentor means a person who has got already some knowledge in that particular line of business. Try to understand certain things. It shortens the period of learning. If it takes 2 years to learn certain thing in your business, if you have got a mentor, it shortens the period. Maybe within 6 months you will learn that. And most important is learning never ends. You keep learning. In the conclusion, let me end this module with what I said before. When your hope gets shattered, your soul becomes silent. Just hang on. Lower your expectation. Sometimes it is important just to survive. Moreover, it is okay to get delayed to restart the journey to your goals. You may have to engage in some other works that is not exactly entrepreneurial during your journey, taking a detour. But you become more confident. In fact, it gives you more option to fall back upon. Keep learning while you are traveling towards your goals. You learn along the way. It makes you more complete. It readies you for your final destination. Thank you.